Hi guys, and welcome back to another World Cup prediction video. We're into the quarterfinals now. It's getting very tasty, and after our first round of knockout football there were some crazy scores. We managed to get none correct. However, I predicted two games to go to extra time, and they both did go to extra time. Japan-Croatia, I said 1-1, and then I said 2-1 to Japan in extra time. It was 1-1 in 90 minutes, but Croatia went on to win in penalties. Not a bad shout over the 90 minutes though, got that right. Happy with that, but obviously, yeah, Japan let me down there. And then the other game was Morocco against Spain. Now I didn't have the score right because I said 1-1 after 90 minutes and Morocco to win on penalties. It was 0-0 after 90 minutes and Morocco won on penalties. So I think that is pretty much as good as a correct prediction. You know, before the game to say that Morocco were going to win on penalties and go and get it right, that's pretty good going. So I'm happy with that one. Now, Portugal, you know, went and won 6-1 against Switzerland. Brazil put on an absolute masterclass in that first half, beating South Korea 4-1. There were some really good fixtures, and I'm hoping that these can continue. Now, before we get into the predictions for the quarterfinals, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more of the upcoming World Cup content. Let's get into my predictions. And we start off with Croatia against Brazil. Now, Croatia did well to get here. They were 1-0 down against Japan in their round of 16 tie, but they managed to turn it around, get a draw, get past extra time, still drawing 1-1, and then they won on penalties. Something they're used to after the last World Cup. They were always losing at half time, and then they always went on to win all the way up to the final through either extra time or penalties. So Croatia are pretty experienced at this. Brazil absolutely battered South Korea. Now it ended 4-1, but it was 4-0 at half time, and Brazil were incredible. It's one of the best halves of football I've seen for a very long time. South Korea probably tried to be a bit too attacking as well, which worked in Brazil's favour, but Brazil were brilliant. Now, no offence to Croatia, but I'm not sure that you stand a chance. If that same Brazil turn up, I can see Brazil winning this one comfortably and progressing to the semi-finals 3-0. Netherlands against Argentina. This is a tough one. You might be thinking, how's it tough? Argentina will win comfortably. I think a lot of people are overrating Argentina. I don't think they've got a great squad at all. I think if it wasn't for Messi being in there, a lot of people would think, you know, they've done well to get this far and really fancy Netherlands. The Messi factor is massive. He's had a good World Cup, but Argentina, it's an average squad. Netherlands have done well so far, you know, not lost a game. They won 3-1 against USA. Depay getting on the score sheet. Gakpo's been full of goals. Netherlands, I like the look of, and defensively, you know, Van Dijk, Ake, Timber, De Ligt, all these centre-backs, they've got a real good spine. De Jong in midfield running the show. I do like the Netherlands. I think that they are very underrated. Argentina won 2-1 against Australia in the round of 16, but I'm still not overly convinced by them. Every match of them I've seen, I believe I've seen all their group stage games, and then I missed the Australia game, but from what I've seen, they haven't looked amazing. They've looked short of ideas. Yes, in the Saudi Arabia game, they broke through loads, scored loads, but they were all offside. So it doesn't make too much of a difference. I think with this being their first proper test, Netherlands will defend brilliantly. I can see Argentina struggling in front of goal. I'm going to go for 1-1 in 90 minutes, and then Netherlands to nick it in extra time, 2-1. Morocco take on Portugal. And could Morocco cause another shock? I'm not too sure. Now, I correctly predicted Morocco to knock Spain out on penalties. It was 0-0. They won it on penalties. They didn't make too many chances. Spain didn't really either. Spain seemed to struggle to just create any clear-cut, good chances, and it cost them in the end. Morocco defended well. However, Portugal, in their round of 16 tie, I said they'd beat Switzerland, but I said I wouldn't be surprised if Switzerland pulled off a shock result. Portugal went and won 6-1. They were brilliant. Goncalo Ramos featured heavily. He was brought in instead of Ronaldo, and he scored a hat-trick. Very, very good. It's still so young. Brilliant way to announce yourself into the World Cup with a hat-trick in the knockout stage. And I think that they will breeze through this one pretty comfortably. So I'm going to go Portugal to win 2-0. And the big one, England against France. Now, I've been saying all week I am so excited for this game because, in the Euros we played Germany, but they're not exciting. Italy in the final. They were a pretty average team, but they were just experienced and they knew how to win. But they're not exciting. France are a very exciting side. I haven't seen a clash like this for England in a major tournament for a very long time. And I'm excited to see how it goes. This is a massive test for us. Will we pass it? Let me know what you think down in the comments. For me, personally, I'm not so sure. Now, don't get me wrong, this is going to be a very tight game. In fact, I think this will be 1-1 in the 90 minutes. But my only concern is that our defence is going to be very tired at that point. If we want to make changes, our defensive depth isn't great at all. Or, if players get injured, if players pulling up with cramp. Our defensive depth isn't great. They've got a lot of attacking depth. And I'm not sure that we'll be able to cope with Mbappe and Dembele in the closing stages of this game. So when it gets late, I think France will just nick it. I hate to say it. I obviously want England to win. And I'm not the most optimistic person when it comes to England. I've just got the feeling that that factor of having, arguably the best player in the world at the moment, Mbappe, up front, too quick for pretty much anyone, causing havoc, scoring goals for fun. I just don't see how you stop it, really. I think the only team that will have a good chance of stopping him is Brazil. But then again, defensive, fullbacks, I don't really think there's any fullbacks in the world that are going to be able to cope with Mbappe in the form that he's in. So, sadly for me, I'm going to go 1-1 in the 90 minutes, and in extra time, France to just clinch their way into the semi-finals, 2-1. So, those are my predictions for the quarter-finals. Hopefully England can prove me wrong, and if we do, if we can beat France, then why can't we go all the way? That would be some feat. However, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. A lot of people that will see this video aren't subscribed. About 75% of you. If you enjoy it, if you've liked what I've done, if you think that some of my other videos are good and you've seen them, but you still haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Make sure to hit subscribe. Hit that notification bell too, so you don't miss any more World Cup predictions. And come on, England. Let's try and get past France. Let's try and beat one of these massive sides in a tournament. I know we did it against Germany in the Euros, but it's not the same. France are the current World Cup holders. They're lethal, they're scary up front, they've got great depth all over. If we can beat them, anything's possible. Come on, England.